You ever stood at the edge of a life-changing decision, feeling like you're about to leap into the abyss, jump off a cliff, or just leap into the unknown? It's that mix of excitement and fear and uncertainty. Well, you're in the right place, because today we're diving deep into that very feeling and revealing a secret that'll not only help you with that leap, but also assure that you land on your feet on the other side. Don't go away. Welcome to Your Success DNA podcast, the go-to resource for entrepreneurs, business owners, and professionals who are ready to level up their lives. Your Success DNA podcast. Get ready to be inspired, motivated, and empowered to create the life that you truly want. We will be sharing tips, tricks, and mindset shifts that you need to achieve your wildest dreams. Your wildest dreams. Remember, your success is in your DNA. What is up? What is up? What is up, my fellow success seekers? So, you ever had one of those mornings where you wake up and a thought hits you hard like a ton of bricks, like a splash of cold water to the face? Well, that was me this morning. As the rays of sunlight streamed through my windows, I had this profound realization dawning upon me. My most recent and quite exhilarating life adventures, they were drawn to a close. And just like that, the room felt a tad colder and the bed felt a little bit emptier. You see, every significant change in our lives, whether it's a thrilling adventure or a challenging ordeal, it comes with its own set of mental gears that our brain gets into, our body, our soul gets into. And this chapter was nearing an end for me. I found myself grappling with the inevitable mindset adjustments that were coming upon me. It's like standing at the crossroads of what was and what was about to be. Remember previously we talked about life-altering decisions? Well, this is the aftermath, the echo of the leap, the silence before the storm, or the silence after the storm. But here's the thing, and I promise you, we're going to delve deeper into this journey through today's episode. Every end has a new beginning. That's what I'm going to promise you. And while the past chapters may shape us, it's the upcoming ones that truly define us. So, as we stand on the brink of the unknown, let's explore together and let's navigate those transitions, those mindset milestones, if you will. Now, you know, life has a funny way of throwing curveballs at us, right? You're probably just chuckling to yourself, many of you right now. You might be in the midst of receiving a curveball. And just when you think you've got it all figured out, bam, a pivotal moment stares you right in the face. And I'm not just talking about a recent epiphany. Think about it. Remember that exhilarating yet nerve-wracking feeling of stepping onto a college campus for the first time? Or how about that flutter in your stomach the moment you said, I do? Transitioning from a life of solo adventures to shared dreams. Yeah, that's a pretty big one, although I loved my I do moment. And let's not forget the mixed bag of emotions when it comes to accepting a job in a town where the only familiar face that is out there is the one staring back at you in the mirror. You see, these, my friends, and so many other things like these aren't just milestones. They're universal rites of passage. Whether it's the thrill of the new beginnings or the anxiety of the unknown, these moments are the common threads that weave through the tapestry that is our life. And guess what? You, my friend, are not in this alone. From the bustling streets of New York to the scenic landscapes of New Zealand, these experiences resonate with the souls all around the world. It's a shared journey, a collective dance of decisions and destinies. So, as my voice resonates in your ear right now, remember this. Every decision, every crossroad that you come to is a testament to our shared human experience. And while your path and my path and those of many around us might differ, the emotions, the hopes, the fears, those, my friend, they're all universal. Let me step back for a moment here, because we're getting ready to talk about what I call the emotional roller coaster. And I love roller coasters. I'm not saying I love emotional roller coasters, but I am a huge fan of roller coasters. And it was even to a point where I had season passes to Six Flags Magic Mountain in California. And then later on, when I was raising my kids down in Georgia, Six Flags over Georgia was one of my favorite parks to go to. And I remember the opening of a ride called Goliath. This monster went 70 miles an hour, had a 17-story drop, and could literally push your screams back into your mouth. Okay, maybe not literally, but you know what I mean. And then another ride that I loved to go on was called Superman. You would actually ride face down in a supine position like you were flying. You could put your arms out in front of you, much like you'd see Superman on the movies and in the cartoons. And you're 10 stories in the air, flying around, doing bank lefts, doing bank rights, doing loops and barrel rolls, just like Superman would do. You ever been on one of those colossal roller coasters? Yeah. Okay, even if you haven't, you're going to get what I'm talking about here. Those are the ones that make your heart race just by looking at them. My daughter and I, we went to Six Flags over Georgia the day Goliath opened up for the first time, and we were on front row to the left, I believe it was. I wouldn't say front row center, but I believe we were on the left as one of the first riders of that ride when that thing opened up. We got special tickets. We stood in the line. It was horrifically cold for that time of the year, but we were going to get on that ride. And goes, it takes us up 17 stories, like I told you earlier. All of a sudden, it's almost a straight drop down to reach that 70-mile-an-hour peak. You just feel that wind blasting you in the face. Did I mention it was cold? Yeah. Okay, so even if you haven't ridden those roller coasters, you understand those ones that make your heart race just by looking at them. Those, my friends, those are the pivotal moments that have this eerie similarity to our lives. 1 minute you're climbing, right? You're filled with anticipation, and the next year, you're plummeting to the ground, questioning every choice that led you to be in that seat, while the whirlwinds of life push your screams back into your mouth. Yeah. So let's recall our chat earlier. We were talking about those life-altering decisions. Well, with every decision comes a whirlwind of emotions. There's that undeniable excitement, that electric charge in the air when you are on the cusp of something new, of some new breakthrough, reaching a new plateau, getting 1 million downloads on your podcast, whatever it may be. It's accompanied by the justifications that we tell ourselves. You know, those little pep talks in front of the mirrors, convincing our reflection that this is the right move. I know it. I feel it. And let's not forget that adventurous spirit, that little voice whispering, you got this. You got this. Even when the path ahead of you is shrouded in mystery. Yeah. You see, as with any roller coaster, there's also that gut-wrenching stop. That daunting feeling when you're suspended in midair, milliseconds before the leap. It's the momentary pause between what was and what's next. It's exhilarating, it's terrifying, and it's transformative all at once. And as we're about to uncover, this emotional roller coaster ride isn't just about the highs and the lows. It's about understanding them. It's about embracing them. And it's about using them as catalysts for our growth. I want you to imagine for a moment life as a grand, sprawling novel, right? Each chapter is a unique phase, filled with its own set of characters, its own set of challenges, and its own set of triumphs. Now, if you've ever been just totally enthralled and engrossed in a good book, you'll know the transitions between chapters, those are just as crucial as the chapters themselves. They're the bridges, the connectors, the moments of reflection before plunging headlong into the next adventure. You see, just as we discussed in the emotional roller coaster of pivotal moments, it's essential to recognize that life in its entirety is a series of these transitions, to go from innocent childhood to rebellious teenager, from rebellious teenager to the years of exploration and young adulthood to the wisdom of our golden years. Yeah, each of those phases are a transition. They're a metamorphosis, right? To go from the caterpillar to the butterfly, to go from the rebellious teen to the young adult, to the wise older parent, to the wise older man or woman, you see? But what drives us to these transitions might be a great question. Well, I think it's the allure of growth, that magnetic pull of evolving, of becoming a better version of ourselves, to be better than you were yesterday, last year, the previous decade. It's the promise that with each chapter, we gather more knowledge, we gather more experience, and we have more stories to share. And we're going to discover more about this. You see, I don't think it's just about moving from one phase to the next. It's about cherishing the journey. It's about understanding the lessons, and it's about preparing for the adventures that lie ahead.
Your Success DNA podcast. Your success is in your DNA.
Here's a question for you. Have you ever had a nagging feeling in the pit of your stomach? Now, I'm not talking about hunger. I'm not talking about illness, but something deeper, something more profound. You know, it's like an itch you can't quite scratch. It's like that tune you can't quite get out of your head. I won't hum one right now because I'll get one stuck in your head. You see, to me, my friends, that is the echo of internal conflict. It's that silent battle between who you are and who you're becoming. All right, so we've journeyed through the emotional roller coaster. We've touched on the essence of life's transitions. But let's get to the real heart of the matter, shall we? As we navigate these pivotal moments we were talking about, there's this tug of war happening inside of us. On one side, there's the comfort of the familiar. Yep, the identity we've known and we've embraced. I love who I am. On the other hand, the allure of the unknown and the promise of a new identity. Yeah, one that's waiting to be discovered. This is where the concept of transitional identity comes into play. We're going to go back to that bridge. I want you to think of this as a bridge. It's this temporary persona that helps you navigate the chasm between now and next. It's not about discarding who you are, but evolving who you are. It's about layering on new facets onto the core that is your true self. Now, as we'll go into the rest of this episode, this transitional identity, it's not just a fancy term. It's not something I just made up. It's a tool. It's a compass that can guide you through the murky waters of change and lead you to your true north. Let's start by picturing this. You're standing on the edge of a vast canyon. Behind you is all that familiar terrain of the past. While ahead of you, well, the other side represents the uncharted territories of your future. Between those two worlds, there's this bridge. Now, it's not just any bridge, no, but it's one that's consistently evolving. It's adapting, it's mutating, it's shaping itself based on where you've been and where you're headed. This, my dear listeners, is the essence of transitional identity. I liken it to that scene in Harry Potter where they were walking up these stairs, but the stairs kept moving and changing. The doors would appear and then disappear. Yeah? If you've seen that one, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you probably want to go check it out. It's a really cool scene. But it's not about leaving behind your past or running full on head blind into your future. It's about embracing the journey, step by step. It's an identity, ladies and gentlemen. It's fluid, it's flexible, and it's forward-looking. It's that in-between, he says with air quotes, it's that in-between persona that helps you navigate the complexities of change. Look, we're not the same people we were when we were 10. We've learned so many things. We've formed new opinions. The world around us has changed, right? Or we've just changed as a result of the changes in the world. So for a moment, let's just dive into some examples that this concept can bring to life. First, let's imagine a young woman. Let's say she was born and raised in a small town. Now, she's venturing out into the global arena. Her transitional identity might echo, well, you've always been a hometown girl. But now I'm evolving into a global citizen. I'm going to embrace new cultures. I'm going to embrace new perspectives beyond the ones I already know, right? I wasn't the young woman. I was this young man. My father was in the military. We moved every 2 or 3 years. A lot of times just from one state to the other inside the United States here. But twice as a youth, we traveled overseas. We went to Germany both times. And so when my dad came back and retired into Southern California and I joined the service right out of high school, I went back to Germany because I embraced those changing cultures. I wanted to be a citizen of the world, right? I wanted to know the world and see more as a youthful adult. I had seen it as a toddler, right? Going into like kindergarten through 3rd grade. And I'd seen it as a tween from about 10 to 13. Now I wanted to see it as a young adult out on my own. And each one of those perspectives was completely different. Yet I was still me. Or let's consider someone stepping into the world of committing after years of cherishing their independence. There might be this inner voice that might resonate inside of them saying, I've cherished my solo adventures, but now I'm learning to share, to compromise, and to build a shared future. My partner deserves this evolution. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not giving up who you are. You're just layering another facet like a diamond on top of your core self. And then there's the professional. Now, this professional is climbing to the corporate echelons, transitioning from a team member to a leader. There's a big difference there. Their transitional identity is probably sitting on their shoulder, whispering in their ears, I've been a part of the puzzle, but now I'm shaping the bigger picture. I'm becoming the leader that my team deserves. You feel me? Yeah, see, these identities aren't about discarding the old, but embracing the new and layering experiences and evolving the purpose and the intent of who you are. Let's go another route here. Have you ever worn a pair of perfectly fitted shoes? You know what I'm talking about, the ones that just feel like a second skin. You can slide your foot right in there and you kick them off. They mold seamlessly to every contour of your foot. Now imagine if our identities could be just as adaptable, just as comfortable, especially as you go through life's major transitions. That comfortable shoe, that's the magic of transitional identities. We've journeyed through emotional highs and some emotional lows. We've understood the essence of life's transitions. We've even unpacked the concept of the transitional identity. Now, let's dive into the real power behind these evolving personas, shall we? These identities, they act like buffers. They soften the impact of change. You could call them a safety net. They're a safety net that's catching us when the fear of the unknown threatens to pull us down, to yank us down, to toss us over the edge. By bridging the gap between our past selves and our future aspirations, they alleviate those nagging fears and those apprehensions that quite often, you're nodding your head, they accompany change. You got those fears going on. You're not going to do it. You're not good enough. Right? And those apprehensions. Why am I doing this? I don't know. You know those voices I'm talking about. You've spoken to that person in the mirror in the morning, haven't you? Yeah, I picture you nodding your head right now. It's not about just having this transitional identity. It's about recognizing it. It's about nurturing it. And it's about letting it guide you. Yeah, it's about understanding that this in-between persona, he says again with air quotes, it's about understanding that this in-between persona is not a sign of confusion, but a testament to your adaptability and a testament to your resilience. And as we'll uncover as we start concluding this episode here, embracing your transitional identity isn't just a strategy. No. It's a journey of self-discovery. It's this dance between who you are, who you were, and who you're destined to become. Maybe even who you want to become, right? So as we start to draw the curtains on today's episode, on today's enlightening journey, I want to leave you with a challenge, a call to introspection, as it were. I want you to take a moment, maybe even right now. Heck, go ahead and pause this as soon as I tell you what it is, and then come back to me when you're done. But take a moment right now to reflect on your life's transitions. Think about the crossroads, those pivotal moments that demanded you take a leap of faith. Now ask yourself, what was your transitional identity during those times? And if you can't pinpoint one, that's okay. Don't worry about it. The beauty of this concept is it's never too late to craft one. You see, these identities aren't just about navigating change. They're about embracing it. They're about harnessing its power. And they're about challenging it towards your growth. They are the compasses that guide us through those uncharted terrains of our lives, ensuring that we do not lose our way. So, as you step out into the world, armed with today's insights, I urge you to identify, I urge you to nurture and celebrate your transitional identities. Then, let them be your beacon. Let them illuminate the path to growth. Let them illuminate the path to your transformation. And of course, be that incredible promise of what lies ahead. Remember, life is not about the destination. It's about the journey, right? And with that right identity by your side, that journey, my friends, it promises to be nothing less than extraordinary. All right, my fellow navigators of life's intricate dance, before we sign off, I have a small request, or rather a challenge for you. If today's episode resonated with you, if it sparked a thought, a moment, a reflection, or maybe even just a smile, then I urge you to share your journey with someone you know. Pass on the insights, pass on the stories, and pass on the promise of transitional identities. Let's create a ripple effect out there. Let's start touching lives and inspiring growth. And hey, while you're at it, if you enjoyed our time together, do me a favor. Head on over to the podcast platform where you're listening to this right now. Drop us a rating or a review if you can. Be sure to subscribe. Your feedback, either way, not only fuels my passion, but it also helps others to discover this treasure trove of insights. And lastly, if you haven't already, as I mentioned, please hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss out on the adventures that we have lined up, from the deep dives into the human psyche to the exhilarating tales of triumph. We've got a lot in store for you. So until next time, embrace your journey, cherish your identities, and remember, life's a dance, and you, my friend, you've got the moves. Think successfully and take action.
Thanks for listening to Your Success DNA podcast. Whether you're starting out or you're a seasoned entrepreneur, we have the tools and inspiration that you need to take your life to the next level. So stay tuned for more game-changing advice in our upcoming episodes. And hey, before you go, a quick reminder to check out our past episodes of Your Success DNA for more inspiring stories and practical advice. And if you've loved what you heard, leave us a review and share this podcast with your friends and colleagues. Let's all level up our lives together, shall we? Remember, your success is in your DNA.